Ladies and gentlemen, Matthews here from M&O Forex Traders. I hope you're doing great. In this video, we're going to talk about what really helped me transition from being a broke trader into a consistently profitable trader. Alright, so watch to the very end as I show you guys 8 things that I changed for me to actually be able to make money consistently from the market. Alright, so without wasting much of your time, let's get started right now. Alright, so before becoming a consistently profitable trader, let me tell you what happened, right? How did I get myself into trading and what things was I doing when I first started trading? It's very, very common when you start trading in the market is you're going to realize that you come into this market because you've seen gurus outside there talking about how they made their money, right? You see traders flipping accounts. You see all sort of things. And guess what? You get hooked. And then when that happens, you don't have any knowledge, you are new to the market, and guess what happens? You get whatever information you've seen from the outside, and then you want to try it on without any knowledge, without any experience. And that's what I did. Saw people making money online and got involved, downloaded MT5, MT4, deposited the little money I had, and of course you understand what's going to happen. I have lost money consistently because I had no structure. I was just literally gambling. And then that's what happens most of the times if you're coming into the market that you don't understand. So it was crazy like that, right? So that went on for a little bit of time, and until I had to come to a stop because I had just lost a lot of money. So what happened? What was the biggest mistake I ever made? The biggest mistake I made was one, just jumping into it without having no understanding in the market. Instead of me finding a mentor to teach me, I was so arrogant. I was like, okay, I'm going to do this on my own because I saw other people making money. So I just jumped into it, and that was crazy because I had no risk management rules. I had no proper strategy. I just got into the market, deposited, and blew everything. So if I had found a mentor earlier to actually teach me this strategy, one, I'd have become profitable quite early and my learning curve would have been reduced. But because I was so stubborn, I didn't want to learn from anyone. I just buried myself in YouTube trying to watch every video that I could find. And because of that, I lost a lot of money. And if you're just getting started, I wouldn't advise you to go that route. The best you can do is find someone that you relate with, the strategy that speaks to you, and then learn from them. That's the cheapest way to do it. If you decide to go it on your own, well, don't blame me if you lose a lot of money. So the biggest mistake is going to the market, no strategy, no risk management, no trading psychology. That's going to humble you. Trust me on that one. The market is going to humble you because you're going to throw in all your money, and honestly there's nothing that will give you so much pain than trading in the market, because when you're doing everything that you think you're supposed to be doing and losing money, it gets to you. And then what was my turning point? And unfortunately for me, I am persistent, right? I'm very, very stubborn. I never gave up, even when things seemed very, very hard. I just continued to watch videos online. I would just watch random videos until I found someone that I liked in terms of their strategy. So I started learning that strategy. I learned that strategy. I never really learned direct from him. I learned through YouTube videos. Okay, I continued to observe the information from the internet. I also got some books that I would actually read, and it's from that I actually decided to see results by sticking to that particular strategy. And the good part is it means that once I found that strategy, I stuck with that strategy, and that's the strategy I'm still using up to now. I stuck with that strategy for a long time, and I was just executing. I backtested the strategy to have confidence in it, and then I saw that it had a good risk reward ratio and the lower win rate. I was like, okay, I think I'm comfortable with this, and then I just stuck with that. Even when I underwent a losing streak, I always stuck with it because I had developed confidence in that strategy because it had shown me results. And that's the turning point that I had. And then through that, I was able to actually see some positive results in the market. I was able to have some positive weeks, some positive months. And that's how I was able to actually stick around using that strategy. And that's the strategy we're using up to this point right now. Okay. So what did I do different that made me a profitable trader from being a losing trader? The things that actually made me profitable was, first of all, having a proper understanding of my strategy. I came to a point where I understood how the strategy works. Okay. Number two, I was able to understand risk management, because without risk management, it's extremely important and it's extremely dangerous to trade without it. So I had to understand, like, okay, when I'm entering into the market, I have to understand exactly how much money I'm willing to lose on this particular trade. If this trade went against me, I was going to lose this much. Okay. And then the most important thing was having an understanding of trading psychology. So it's through actually through my learning process, I came across Mark Douglas, and the teaching, the videos, the books really helped me understand my psychology. Because before that, I always thought when I had the setup, I meet my criteria. According to me, that setup was supposed to work, because I didn't understand how random the market was. So I had that skewed mindset, and it costed me big time, because every time I took a trade, I was so hopeful to make money, and the market kept on going against me, and I lost a lot of money, which ended up causing me to have emotional pain. All right, so because of that, it was really difficult for me to even like continue trading. But when I came across Mark Douglas videos, they really helped me to change how I look at the market. Okay, because I understood, like, oh, so the market works in terms of probability. Understood how random the market is. Understood that you can take a particular trade right now, it can make you money. You can take the same trade after 20 minutes, you will lose money, because the market works in terms of probability. This really changed the way I looked at the market. So I would come to the market having predefined my risk, having accepted fully that, okay, the outcome of this market is random, therefore I don't care what's going to happen. That was really important for me. Very important. Okay, so that was the turning point that changed me to from being a losing trader to a consistently profitable trader. And by consistently profitable trader, I don't mean that I win every trade. No, it means that by the end of the week, by the end of 2 weeks, 1 month, I am profitable. But on any individual trade or one day, there's nothing that I can do. The market will do anything. Therefore, it's about understanding that you will never be able to predict what's going to happen on any individual trade. But you have to have the confidence that if you continue to execute your strategy over a period of time, you're going to be profitable. And that's the kind of confidence that I have right now, because of the experience that I've been in the market. Okay, so that was my turning point. And what did I do different? Like I already said, instead of jumping from strategy to strategy, I stuck with one strategy. Okay, I understood that, okay, every strategy will have its own weaknesses. You want to win every trade. Because of that, I just stuck with a strategy, and I followed proper risk management. I followed, I mastered my mind, I mastered my psychology, and that really helped me through that losing streak that I had. Okay, so most traders, this is what they do. They find a good strategy out there. They see someone promoting a strategy. They get that strategy. They try it for 1-2 months. Then they make some money. Immediately, the strategy starts to go into drawdown. They change the strategy. They say, this strategy is no longer working. Let me actually look for another strategy. And then guess what? 5 years down the line, they are still looking for a strategy, because somehow, somewhere, they think that there's a strategy out there that wins 100% of the time. And this is what the author is supposed to do different. There's no strategy out there that wins 100% of the time. There is nothing. So you have to understand that. You can do everything, but you cannot predict what's going to happen. So there are thousands of strategies out there, and then these people end up strategy hopping from this strategy to this strategy to this strategy to this strategy. At the end of the day, they end up confusing themselves at the end of the day, because when they look at this strategy says you should buy, this strategy says you should sell, this strategy says no, don't trade. So end up just getting confused. So because of sticking to one strategy, it helped me develop the confidence and in the market, because I understood how that strategy actually performed. All right, so it's extremely important for you to actually understand these things right here. Okay, so the truth about trading that most people don't talk about. So you won't be profitable in a very short period of time. If you're starting to trade right now, you won't be profitable now. It will take a bit of some time. You have to actually get the knowledge, understand how the market works. You have to have a proper strategy that you've backtested, you've forward tested, and you have total confidence in that strategy. Remember, a strategy doesn't guarantee you that that setup is going to win every time. No, the market works in terms of probability. You have to have an edge and then let that edge play out. For example, I can give you an example of a coin. A coin flip has got a 50% win rate, right? 50% win rate. But if you flip the coin, there's no one who's going to tell you with 100% certainty that this particular flip right here is going to be heads. Yeah, they might just take a guess and be right, but over a series of flips, you can't be right every time. So it's about having a series of trade mindset. So if you flip that coin 1,000 times, there's a very high chance that you're going to have a result of almost like 50%, 50%. Why? Because that's the nature of a coin flip. So same with the strategy. Just because you have a 70% win rate doesn't mean that you're going to have 7 wins in a row and 7 losses in a row. That's not how the market works. The market works in terms of probability, and you and I, you will never be able to predict what's going to happen in the market. You have to get that in your mind. It's going to take time. You have to really give yourself time and study the market, master the strategy. And once you master the market, master the strategy, you master yourself. Unfortunately, we are our own worst enemy when it comes to the market. Our minds are our own worst enemy when it comes to the market. These two emotions, greed and fear. See, when you're making money, you want to make more money. You won't be satisfied with how much money you're going to make, unfortunately. You've made 1,000, so I wish I made it. I wish I let it go to $2,000. If you made 2,000, you wish you made 5. So you need to be able to actually manage those emotions. Fear is a very important emotion when it comes to the market, because there's going to be a lot of fears in the market in terms of fear of missing out. You see the market that is almost coming to your POI. You see starts to go go in a direction without you. You panic and then you sell before the market starts to go in a direction. Guess what? The market goes and takes you out, then gives you the final direction, and the market goes in the direction that you thought it was going to go. So you see the market, you're in the market, and it's not really going to your direction in the way that you expect it to go. It's consolidating. You are scared of losing the money that you've actually made. So you need to have that long-term mindset. You need to be friends with your emotions. This alone is going to separate you from the rest of the traders out there. This is going to separate you from everyone else. Okay? So, what would I advise anyone that is starting to trade right now? If you're in 2026 and you just came across trading and you want to get involved in this big market, here is what I'll tell you. Here is what I would actually tell my younger self if I was starting to trade in 2026. Okay? I would tell myself, Take your time. The market is not going anywhere. There's no need for you to be in a rush to want to make money now. I would tell myself to get a mentor. This is an extremely important thing. Find a mentor that you are comfortable with. A mentor that has proven to you that they know what they're talking about. The mentor that is profitable. Find a mentor, learn the way they trade. If you like the way they trade, learn the way they trade, master that. And then guess what? By simply having a mentor, you are going to reduce your learning curve automatically. Just by having a mentor, you reduce your learning curve, and then you'll become profitable much faster, because they're going to teach you things that took them 5-6 years to learn themselves. So find someone who's profitable and learn from them. This alone is going to separate you from everyone else. If you are too stubborn to go at it on your own, this is going to be very hard. This is going to be very, very, very hard. Alright, so it's my hope that you've actually found value in this video. And if you have, make sure you subscribe, like the video, and comment in the comment section, and share this with your friend. Alright, until next time, goodbye.